Good morning, children. Let us begin lesson number 4, and the name of the chapter is Computer Memory. Now, what is memory? You know that human brain has memory. Memory that helps in remembering the things. The computer also has a memory which remembers so many things by storing data in it. So children, computer stores data in it. There are some differences between our memory and computer memory. A computer has a larger memory than ours. It will never forget and it can keep any information for a long time. So, computer memory is used to store data as well as information. It can be temporary or permanent. So whenever you want that data, you can open your computer and you can get that data. Units of memory. As we measure the weight by using gram and kilogram units, you must have done in maths. Similarly, computer memory is measured in bits and bytes. So, what is a bit? A bit is the smallest unit of data that a computer can use. And what is 1 byte? 1 byte is equal to 1 character. A character can be a number, letter or symbol. Bit means binary digits. And what are the binary digits? 0 and 1. A byte is a basic storage unit in memory. So, please remember children, byte is the basic storage unit in memory. When data is transferred into memory from storage devices, the instructions and data exist as bytes. And 1 byte is equal to 1 character. A character can be a number, symbol or letter. And 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. As I have already told, that bit is the smallest unit of data that computer can use. Now, let us compare with the help of a picture. You can see a library. So, we will learn the different terms kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte in terms of library. 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes. So children, you can see that the number is the same but units are changing. So this is approximately equal to one page of our textbooks. Suppose I have taken my computer book, so it will be equal to one page of the textbook. What is megabyte? 1 megabyte is equal to 1024 kilobytes, and this is approximately equal to one book. Gigabyte. Gigabyte is 1024 megabytes, and this is approximately equal to bunch of books. Suppose we are keeping many books, so it will be equal to bunch of books. Terabyte, 1 terabyte is equal to 1024 gigabytes. This is approximately equal to an entire book stand. Suppose there are various book stands, so it will equal to entire book stand. Petabyte, 1 petabyte is equal to 1024 terabytes, and it is approximately equal to room of full of books, as you can see in the picture. Now let us study about memory of computer. The parts of memory of computer. They are primary memory, which we often call main memory, and secondary memory. Let us study one by one. What is primary memory? Primary memory, as you have already seen, it is the main memory, and primary memory is the main memory of the computer that resides inside the computer. A computer can only process the data that is in the main memory, and there are two types of primary memory. The first one is RAM and the second one is ROM. So let us study about RAM first. RAM is random access memory and it is used as working memory of a computer system. It stores input data, intermediate results, programs, and other information temporarily. So children, you have to remember whatever is there inside RAM, it is on temporary basis. It can be read and or write. So it is usually volatile. Volatile means that the memory can be lost if the power is turned off. RAM has a volatile memory. It uses all the memory and it loses all the memory also when we will turn off the computer. In most cases, it is loaded again from hard disk, which is used as storage data. Now, let us study about ROM. ROM is read-only memory. Read-only memory, that means you can only read, and it is the permanent memory which is used to store these important programs and system software to perform a variety of functions such as booting up or starting up programs. And ROM is non-volatile. That means nothing is lost when power is switched off. It helps the computer to get started also. Children, now we are going to learn about secondary memory. As you know, primary memory can store data and instruction temporarily. To overcome the limitations of primary memory, the secondary memory is used and that can store the data and information permanently. The word permanently here is very important. Secondary memory can store the data permanently. The contents of the secondary memories are first transferred to the main memory so that the CPU can access it. And children, secondary memory is also known as external memory. And what are the examples? The examples are hard disk, CD-ROM, DVD, pen drive, etc. Here are the certain examples, children. As you can see, the pictures, CD, Blu-ray disc, DVD, these all are there, pen drives, these all come under secondary memory devices. I hope children you have understood primary memory and secondary memory and you know the difference between them. Thank you children.